How's it going, YouTube? I wanted to do a video on my Engelhard 5-ounce bars. I've got about 4 different series of bars here. And if you look at allengelhard.com, there is a lot of different series of bars made by Engelhard. American, Australian, landscape, portrait, Canadian bars, a lot. And you would think that a business model would be they would, come up with a design and settle on that design and just produce a bunch of bars. But that wasn't really Engelhard Corporation's game plan. That wasn't their motto. If you look at allengelhard.com and you look at their 1-ounce bars, 5-ounce bars, 10-ounce bars, 100-ounce bars, a lot of their more common sizes, they had so many different runs of bars, different styles, different stamping, and no two refineries really did the same thing. They all just kind of did their own deal. And Engelhard's always been known for having very clean silver. It was refined, very nice. And while the styles are somewhat similar, there's a whole lot of different Engelhard styles and series to choose from. And within that, there is so many different mintages and runs, some as low as 1, some 1-off bars, some were 10, and some were, 200,000, some 300,000. Like those cast 10-ounce bars, the portrait style bars were, I think there was 400,000 of those. It's, they really settled on that one and put a lot of effort into it. But a lot of their port style bars, they're far less common, far more rare. And speaking of rare, there's some odd size Engelhard bars that fetch a huge premium, like 7-ounce bars, 3-ounce bars, very hard to get your hands on. You'd be lucky to get a 3-ounce bar for less than $1,000, believe it or not. They're very hard to come by. I used to have one 5 or 6 years ago, and I think I paid $300 for it. It'd be a miracle if you could find one for that price now. But also within the different weight ranges of Engelhards, the 5 ounces have become pretty hard to come by, and they carry a pretty high premium. Some of these 5-ounce bars cost as much as the Engelhard 10-ounce bars. Some 5-ounce bars cost an exorbitant amount of money, depending on the rarity. But the ones I have here, I've got one that's pretty rare, and the other ones are, fairly common. And the most common is this P-loaf bar. And this 5-ounce P-loaf had a mintage of about 10,000. And in the big scheme of things, that's still a pretty rare bar, especially considering a lot of these bars have been melted over the years. And for, this bar is at least 40 years old, and it's in great shape, and they're pretty hard to get your hands on. For them to be around 10,000 floating out there, I would almost, my educated guess would say that there's probably half that actually, in people's hands now. And you don't see them very often. I think I got a really good deal on this one. I won it on a Facebook page auction for $240, but you couldn't find them on eBay or Mineral Exchange or anything like that for less than 300 for the most part. There are exceptions, but generally speaking, that's how much you'll spend. Now, I did some quick research on this bar, and this is probably the best looking 5-ounce bar I have. These pour lines are amazing. The toning on this bar, it's got the 5 with the floating decimal. But the research I did on all Engelhard, I need to relook at it, but it said that there was a mintage of 7,500 of these. And I think that may be off. I gotta relook at that, but a 7,500 mintage for this 7th series bar with a floating decimal, it seems pretty high in comparison to some of their other bars. But even if it is the case, this is a beautiful example of this 7th series bar with these pour lines. Great looking bar. This is easily my most favorite 5-ounce bar I have. That thing looks great. A lot of character. Now these bars here, they have a mintage of about 5,000, and believe it or not, these two are the same series of bar, but you can tell just by looking at them that they don't look like they're the same series of bar. It looks like they even had different molds. This one looks to be a little different dimension than this one. The stamping on this one is much different pressure than this one is. But it says on all Engelhard that this serial number range for this bar, they are the same series. Both great looking bars. I love poured bars all the way around, and poured vintage Engelhard is just amazing. So both of these are, like I said, about a 5,000 mintage, and you could get these for about $350 a piece if you're fairly lucky. Quite often the auctions go far more than that. And then my most rare 5-ounce Engelhard is this 3rd series bar, and it's the difference is it's got this larger font serial number, and I don't know if you can make that out, but these last 3 numbers on this bar have been overstamped. It looks like they were stamped with a 739 before, but a different number style, and then they stamped over it with these, which gives it quite a bit of character for me. But this bar, with a less than 500 mintage, I think I paid about $100 an ounce for this, and I consider that a good deal based on the rarity of the bar. But yeah, that's a few different series of Engelhard 5-ounce bars, and if you've got some 5-ounce Engelhards in your collection, I would love for you to tag me and do a video on them so I could see them. I really like these Engelhard 5-ounce bars. But I appreciate y'all watching. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. Have a good one.